Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Angie Rojo. Actually, now I used to be Angie Sanchez. In today's video, I got together with one of my dearest sister friends, soul connection, Rose, who is a medium, and I'll have her introduce her. But basically what we did, we facilitated a Beyond Quantum Healing Hypnosis session via Zoom, which we are going to share with you guys what came through, what happened. It's all around the current circumstances happening all over the world with the coronavirus epidemic, and just getting some insights on what the quantum field is saying. And we didn't know who we were going to connect with today, and who we connected with was Mother Earth. So that energy came through and was just really beautiful. So Rose, please introduce yourself, and if you can share anything about what you remember from the experience, and yeah, we'll just go from there.
Hi, I'm Rose, and I am an intuitive medium, as Angie said. And Angie approached me with this session, and I absolutely jumped on it because I love any connection I can have with her. This particular session really was a moment for me to realize the simplicity in the steps that are needed to create healing. It was a beautiful, beautiful inner connection to my inner self, as well as Mother Earth, and just how much love she does have for the human race, and how she just needs us to settle down in order for herself to heal, right? You heal the source, everything else heals at its own pace and time after that. So it was just a beautiful reminder that we are the power, and we are the problem as well as the solution. So it was just a beautiful reminder of love.
Yeah. And so what you guys are going to hear, and thank you, Rose, so much for agreeing to do this, for saying yes. I feel like I proposed to you and you were like, yes. But her and I connected to create this experience to share with all of you. That was our intention for this connection. So we did use a Beyond Quantum Healing technique created by Candace Craw-Goldman, who did work directly with Dolores Cannon when she was alive for many, many years. So thank you, Candace, for creating this lovely technique that we can do this via Zoom and share it with you all so that you guys can gain insights. There's so much knowledge in that, and it may or may not resonate with all of you, but take it for what it is. There are so many practical things to do that Mother Earth gave us as a collective, from resting at this time to drinking water to getting grounded, the importance of the elementals out in the energy fields that are coming up to the earth to help the earth, and also how we can connect with them. We asked about 10 questions that I think everyone can learn from. So you guys can get ready and just listen in. What is the first impression of what you see?
Cloud. And I see hills and mountains.
Hills and mountains.
This cloud is alive.
What's alive?
The cloud.
The cloud. Mm-hmm.
It has stars, glitter, light, as a crown around it.
Did you say it has a crown around it?
Yeah, light.
Oh.
Iridescent light. This cloud is a woman.
It's a woman. Mm-hmm.
Woman energy.
And as you see this cloud, are you observing it from the ground, or are you another cloud, or are you floating?
I'm on the ground.
You're on the ground. Mm-hmm.
I'm on a hill,
Mm-hmm.
on a mountain. She's coming to talk to me.
Okay.
She touched my toes.
Oh, what is she saying?
That the earth is not in trouble, but she's tired. There are a lot of love entities coming our way.
Where are these entities coming from?
They are here already. They are just making themselves known.
Oh,
They are entering visibility.
what kind of entities are these?
We'll call them frequency.
Okay. Where do these entities come from?
God source.
God source,
You guys like to call them the universe.
the universe. Mm.
There is a wound that is infected.
Mm.
It's being healed.
Where is that wound?
We all carry it.
And does this wound, is it in our bodies or is it in our energy field?
In our consciousness.
In our
Consciousness.
consciousness. Can we know more about this wound in our consciousness?
Yes. It is what you call selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
This unwillingness to be collective and connected. The earth can restore.
Was this caused by humans or was this caused by another energy?
This is a set of humans.
Set of humans.
Set, very few.
Are these humans people that we hear in media, or are they people we don't know about?
Media.
Media.
It is media.
Sorry?
It is media.
Media, meaning what humans, when they watch television, things that they see on the news, or perhaps even movies or articles that they read.
It is all fear. Yes.
Oh.
It is all fear.
Yeah.
There are experiments that are happening that we are not clear of as humans.
What kind of experiments are these?
How to extract the power without extracting the body or the soul.
Mm. How is this time? Is this time that we're in right now helping that experiment, or is it helping humankind?
Humans are becoming puppet. There is a collective, selected souls that will enlighten and clear all of this. You do not have to worry.
Okay. What can people do on an individual level to help the current situation happening here on Earth?
Cleanse their body.
What's the best way to do that?
Rest, water, dirt, earth, all of the earth elements.
How long is this period of what's happening here on Earth with the coronavirus? How long is this going to be for?
That name is funny. You want to know why that name is funny?
Why is that name funny?
Because the way they're extracting the powers from the crown chakra.
Ah, wow. And so how can we protect ourselves?
Stay on the ground. Ground yourself.
Ground ourselves.
You're doing it.
Okay.
Vibration. Natural vibration.
Mm.
Music with no sound, no words.
Mm-hmm.
Drums. Call the earth. Call Mother Earth to help.
Okay.
She's here. She's the cloud.
Wonderful. Is the outcome of everything we're experiencing here on Earth going to allow people to raise their consciousness?
That's funny. They are going to expand their consciousness. Humans don't realize that they are within the highest frequency, lower themselves down so much. You see, the body is the tower. The connection is from the crown. The way that you raise what you call it, is by quieting and clearing the vessel.
What about those that have transitioned because of this virus and are going to potentially transition?
They're helping.
Okay.
They're helping. There's many, and there will be many more.
Okay. What is this whole experience supposed to teach us?
Have you ever gardened?
Lightly gardened.
There is a sense of, in order to rebuild and in order to further blossom, you must remove whatever is not in season anymore.
And so how is it being selected what's not in season anymore? What is that based on?
There is deeper understanding. In order to save the collective, we have to remove the weeds. We have to remove the fear. We have to remove a deep, deep, deep wound. And this is going to heal it. But we cannot have a individual, separate connection. As a whole, we have to come together. And this media, you say, it's like an infection. So cure the infection.
Yeah. What was the source of this wound? What caused it?
We want too much.
Mm.
Everything is too much. Nothing is enough. Your kind wants too much.
Earlier, we were discussing how people have this sense of calmness that is happening on our earth right now. There's a sense of a pause.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There is a realm of, we'll call them soul warriors, that are coming around and becoming like blankets so that people don't feel so worried in this realm soul warriors
Mm.
for cleansing and clearing until that calmness is meant so that we don't go on overdrive. Our body doesn't overdrive. Humans are fickle beings. We focus on the future. That is not where we are. We're here. And this is making us very, very present, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is.
What's supposed to happen.
Mm.
We're not supposed to worry about what tomorrow is going to bring. Do you feel the vibration on your feet?
I do. I'm actually massaging my legs right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is that vibration?
That's Earth.
Mm.
That's Earth. Releasing the energy that needs to heal. The medicine is not going to work.
What medicine do you refer to?
People are making medicine for this virus, you call it. It will mask it, but it won't heal it.
So what will heal it?
This must give people a new perspective. If we do not collectively see things much simpler, easier, if we go back after this reset to the same thing, we have created the biggest sin of all, and it will just come back again.
Mm.
Sin, that's a funny word too.
Thin.
Yes, you people think it's what you do to one another, but it's really what we do to ourselves and our earth. It's what she calls missing the mark. We fail to connect. If I do not charge myself, I cannot charge you.
Right.
If I don't enlighten me, I cannot light a room.
How can people identify if the fear that they feel is theirs or if it's somebody else's?
Fear. You mean lack of awareness?
Mm.
The connection. If I am not connected to myself, I will never know what enters me as a host or a guest. They can simply ask for it to be removed if it's not theirs.
Okay. And is that by just saying that out loud or setting an intention? So the question was, the people, when they feel this fear, or they sense this fear, how can they get rid of it?
They have to send love. They have to get into this love energy, this love source. It's so hard for humans. It's so hard for them to simply request that they so deeply need. Your spirit is easy. It's ease. It's like this. You need to. Humans close their eyes for it and sit. We don't do that here. We stay still and invite the energy to overtake us.
Mm-hmm.
You demand to be given it. I think you call it meditate.
Yes.
That's a funny word.
Where are you from? Where is home for you?
There's a galaxy that you guys are going to discover in the year 2030. And that is where I'm from.
Have you ever been human?
We have been everything.
Are you energy or do you have a body?
We have a encasing, I think you call it.
Mm-hmm. What does that encasing look like?
It is a light. We can transmute and transcend into everything and anything. If you humans were to see it, you would think it was a star or a bright light. Your language is complicated.
Is your presence always on Earth?
Consciousness can travel at the speed of light, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can be anywhere we want.
Can we call you anything? Is there a name that we can call you by?
I like the letter Z.
Z. Okay. Z. Wonderful. So I have a couple of more questions to ask, if that's okay.
Of course.
Thank you. What can people do on an individual basis to better the situation? I know we talked a little bit about that earlier, but is there any other clarity or insights that we can gain?
Plant food.
Plant food.
Become clear. Water.
Mm-hmm.
Water. So much of it.
Yeah.
I know everybody wants to isolate themselves. There needs to be an outreach of sorts, but not for personal gain. It's all in why we do what we do. But these people that have, you guys say, what's the word? Follow. There's a lot of people that have a lot of popularity.
Mm-hmm. Influence.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That so many do it for themselves to look a certain way or have certain merit. Shame. You have to change your heart. You have to change your feelings for people. You have to give humanity a chance. I know this feels very physical, but it is a inner struggle. It is an inner feeling. It is an inner infection. This is why they call this a virus.
Mm-hmm.
If we become more content, more connected to ourselves, we and then give the other person the opportunity to be themselves. Do you see how the ripple of this would create a cleansing in its own?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Is there a message from the earth at this moment?
Allow me to do the work.
Okay. And what is the role of the elementals right now?
The what?
The elementals in our realms, fairies and gnomes and dwarves and all of those beings.
They are here to help. They are here to finally allow or help the earth. You know, these elementals have been here for longer than humans have.
Mm-hmm.
And we erase them from our consciousness, erase them from our life. Say what you were going to say.
How can we work with them?
Ask them how you can help.
Okay.
They have messages. They have messages from the earth.
And how important is grounding right now?
You are setting roots in the ground. You are telling the earth that you are part of it. You are telling the earth that you want to become one again with it. You are telling the earth with your energy that you are also ready to heal. You guys have this saying, you cannot heal where they made you sick. I don't know how you say it, but if we on top of this earth made it sick, why do you think some of us have to go?
Yeah.
She cannot heal what made her sick, and she is heartbroken. No mother wants to lose her babies.
Does this whole experience have anything to do with what people call the new earth?
This was the new earth until we decided that we were bigger than it.
Mm.
But yes, there is a new way of knowing. There will be a new way of understanding. There will be more telepathy, the way that they used to speak on the old earth. We will, in turn, rely more on the elements. There will be an invasion of sorts. You will not see them, but you will hear them, you will feel them, you will know them in your consciousness.
What kind of an invasion is this?
You guys call it an upgrade, I guess. Downloads. This invasion is to help humans become more of themselves.
Can we get any insight or knowing about our economy and what that will be like?
Economy. Economy. Do you mean the price you pay?
Meaning the way that humans here on Earth exchange for goods is by using money. And so that's currently shifting at this moment. Can we get an insight on what that will look like?
Currency.
Currency.
Currency will now be by time, but it's only numbers. Yes, no paper, no metal, just digital numbers. And this will be given by your time.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for all of these insights and awarenesses and knowing and certainty. And thank you so much. We appreciate it so much. And we're really grateful to have these insights that are so different from what we're bombarded with on a daily basis here on Earth. Thank you.
You're welcome. My face looks different, Angie.
Let me see.
Yes.
It does. It's like more.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And it's light. It feels lighter, like brighter.
Wow. Yeah. We will be able to see the difference. Actually, no, because we didn't record earlier.
Oh.
But yeah, I know it definitely looks more like.
Yes. I looked at myself in the mirror right now and I'm like,
Yeah, you do.
seeing it morph quite a bit.
Really?
Between feminine and masculine.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
That was crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I'm like deep breath. Holy cow.
I kept feeling this resistance of like it felt like a woman.
Yeah.
But then it felt very neutral. And it felt very much like this energy. I couldn't tell because the beginning, when I saw this cloud, she looked very feminine and she had this crown around her, like almost around her, what would her forehead be because there was cloud over it.
Yeah.
Beautiful, like beautiful cloud. But I knew instantly it was Mother Earth. Like I just knew instantly. But then like the minute that she grabbed my toes, I went again. And I wasn't sure where I was, but I was like in this bubble of energy. And then I felt like this energy was like, there's no way that humans are going to get this.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think some may. I think it might be a little bit too much for some. But I mean, I think I've come to the awareness that even though we think some humans may not get it, we can't withhold information.
Right, right. But you know how like, I don't, the only way that I can, there's this blue jay that is going crazy in my backyard. The only way that I could explain it is like a teacher that is giving the same teachings and knowing that she's only going to, in a classroom of 30, and only that she's only going to reach 5 of them.
5. Yeah. I was like, we both said 5 at the same time. Yeah.
It's just this like,
Yeah.
okay, get it?
Yeah.
It's almost like people are going to think it's too easy or too spiritual, like, oh yes, just heal. Like they're not going to realize the intelligence in literally clearing your vessel.
Right. I mean, it's that easy, right? Like, you know, in quantum healing, hypnosis, or beyond quantum healing, there is so many, humans think things are complicated, and in reality, they're so simple and so minimal, and they don't require external doings. It's all internal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And almost like as this was happening, I was in and out of myself, and like the energy was clearing me at the same time.
Which is why your energy, your face changed. Yeah. That's amazing. Wow.
And TMI,
Mm-hmm.
I literally felt like I peed a gallon. Like,
Wow.
it was like, oh my goodness.
Just flushing things out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a cleansing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And gosh, the way that this energy loves you is out of control.
The way that what?
Energy loves you.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes. Yes. It's beautiful. But so when she said invasion, or the energy said invasion.
Downloads, yeah.
The downloads, like this invasion is like, she made me see it as she was saying it.
Okay.
But it's not like, it's almost like God's source allowed us to go as crazy as we needed to, and then now is bringing their more enlightened, but it's not a tangible physical thing. It's like this frequency that's going to come in and literally like heal us from the crown down. And that's why you guys are okay. That's why it was like the sense of, it's interesting why they call it the coronavirus.
Yeah, that was like mind-blowing in itself.
And I was like, when it was saying it, I'm like, I hadn't even thought of it until that moment. And then I'm like, well, duh. They're trying to get into our heads.
Because it makes sense, because there is sayings, and obviously we'll keep talking, this is recording just in case we want to keep any of it, but there are people that know and believe that the next step of like AI is to take the consciousness of a human and put it into another human, or put it into a robot, or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
What she was trying to explain, how
that's what it sounds like.
These experiments that were happening, because again, whatever she was communicating, she was having me see on a physical form. So interesting, because you know how like on any AI movies where they take, like these aliens take, they do human abductions.
Yeah.
I'm on this, like, it looks like on this bed.
Yeah.
I was feeling, but it was only energy underneath me.
Oh.
Like I wasn't floating because I can physically feel something, but it wasn't like like when you lay on something, it's warm, like cold, or there was no sensation of that.
Interesting.
Very. And then it was a sense of, that's gross. They were showing me some food. There was like a gooey stuff. I'm like, oh.
Uh,
There was this of like, there's false prophets.
hmm.
There was this sense of when she was saying about these influencers, I guess, right?
Mhm.
How everything is for them.
Mm.
Not very many that wholeheartedly are doing it for the collective good. They're doing it for themselves.
Mhm.
And that was like so interesting. But they were really showing, she was really showing me celebrities more than anything.
It's interesting because Andy and I, you know, we've been really involved in this in the media with like the updates for all this. And we were seeing how all these celebrities are coming up saying that they have the coronavirus. And we're saying how like they probably don't even have it. They're just like puppets.
Yes. Oh, and then she said puppets.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
I, you know, I saw like a couple, but then I'm like, but I don't like the same thing. Like I innately don't believe it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I just don't really.
Don't buy it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
really, you really, you know,
Yeah.
it's clear the social mass that it's hitting. It's clear where they want to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
What I kept feeling is that it's not in the pore, and that's not
Mm-hmm.
where the infection is.
Mm-hmm.
In that higher round, that higher energy of people, these influencers. And it was so interesting to me that she was very amused with media.
Yeah, I know I said it and I was like, I actually remember I channeled Oshun came through my body once and there was, I know like that feeling because they have like a different, they don't see the world the way humans do. And so it's hard to understand like certain words and emotions because they're not familiar with it.
Yes,
So when it was like media, I was like, oh, let me explain this a little bit.
because there's a sense of like her wanting to say a lot more, but not being able to find the words for it.
Yeah, I can tell.
And almost like, I think, I like almost like she wanted me to touch you so you can feel what she was saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I can transmute it, like I wanted to, at that point, I'm like, oh my God, please. But then she said something about tingling your, that vibration.
Yes.
And I was like, there it is. That's how she had the connection of knowing like, you probably have some major downloads yourself. And so you can translate it in your own understanding too.
Amazing.
It was kind of,
And at that moment, I was rubbing my leg.
that was so
My
funny.
calf actually is as close to my foot.
I
Yeah.
don't know why I was like, this was much more me seeing it and feeling it in the only way that I could explain it is like how maybe coma patients feel, where they
Mm.
see or they can hear everything, but they can't say.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt. Because when I first went, it was a window.
Mm-hmm.
I literally made myself out. And then I went home. Remember that first one that we did?
Yeah.
I went because I saw it, the Himalayas,
Oh, yes.
I saw that. And then I went up. Like it was just like almost like that place is a portal for me. And that's where I needed to go to the place that I went, which is
Wow. Wow.
really, it was like that flying sensation that I had. And then I saw that bridge and then I felt like, okay, I'm home.
Uh-huh.
And I took off. And that was like, and then I knew that I was in a body, but I know that the body is not like almost when astronauts go to, because we are not of this world, like
Yeah.
when astronauts go to the moon and they have to wear that suit,
Yeah.
body is for here so that we can
Oh,
and be here,
yeah.
but if we were to literally take this body off, we would be this translucent, bright light of
Energy.
energy.
Yeah.
And that's what she was making me feel that she was, but then able to be anything and everything.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. And she said she was, you humans would call it a star or a light. And I've definitely, I mean, when I look up in the stars, I am very aware that we're being watched, and some of the stars are beings looking down at us and looking and just observing everything.
Yes.
I totally understood.
There was a meditation that I had maybe 2 days ago. And then this like awareness. No, it was Friday. In the women's circle, I was talking and I was saying, why do you think the stars look like they're minimal now? Because we are not shining our light on them anymore. And it was natural talk. But then when she was saying that, I'm like, oh my gosh, because we are so disconnected. There's so many of us that are disconnected. Like there is no direct connection, and it comes from the crown. And I understood how she meant, like, we are already on this higher frequency. We just
Lower ourselves.
yes.
Yeah. That makes so much sense. And we're so disconnected because of
the
distractions around us.
Yes. And I think that's why she was like, this media thing is funny, because that's what's keeping us from it. But it literally embodies who we are.
Right. Right.
Like the phones mimic the intelligence in our body.
Yeah.
The brain to the eyes, to the mouth, to the keys, to the words, how, everything embodies the technology in our body. And that is how they want to keep us from connecting to ourselves, because
thinking it's outside of us and not within us. Yeah.
And then when she said something about upgrade, like I felt it the same way the last time, that last communication. And then when she kept saying rest, water, and earth, like that's what, wherever I was the last time, that's what she kept telling me too. So I'm just like, what do we have to do with this?
Mm-hmm.